Hey there, lovers of libations. It's Christina, and I'm here with David Doble.
How you doing?
And with Mike Dyers, and we are at the Tampa Bay Brewing Company. We're at not the flagship. Is this the flagship, or is the one in Ybor the flagship?
This is more of the boat.
Okay. Because everybody knows, of course, the one in Ybor, because Ybor City is, like, famous. Do you think that this one is more of a brewing facility as compared to the other one?
This is both, but I mean, all of our main cores are brewed here, and then Ybor we just kind of use for fun stuff. And
you don't have fun here?
No, it's all work.
Okay.
We do not drink all day.
No, not at all. And why I wanted to speak with you guys is a couple weekends ago, last weekend, I think. You guys went on an amazing adventure. I don't know if it was difficult for you. Had you ever been out of Florida?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I have.
But you
Despite the look.
Yeah. You guys went to some different breweries. Maybe you might want to talk about the breweries that you visited and why you went there.
Well, why was really, it was I'll be quite personal about this. My wife kicked me out of the house for the weekend.
Oh.
I mean, it was pretty straightforward. And so I came in, I sat down with John, our head brewer, and Dave, and I said, so I've got a free weekend. Let's go see some breweries.
Nice.
And I'm originally from the Boston area, and so I said, hey, we need to get up north and go see what's going on in the scene up there. So that was the entire motivation point, other than just going up and trying some badass beer. So
I know. I was looking at some of the photos, and I don't know if it was an exclusive beer that you guys went to go pick up, or because the lines were huge.
We actually did not know what we bought.
Oh.
I'm not kidding. We walked up, and I was going to ask, but after being in line for an hour and a half, I was too afraid to ask any questions.
So what was the lineup for? Like
beer.
Yes. Was it that good that people were lining? Because I mean, I saw the parking lot. The parking lot was full.
Yes.
The lineup was like a mile or so long. Like
it mind-boggling.
If somebody were to try and explain what goes on there every week, if I were to sit here and actually explain everything to you, you'd say, no way. There must be a certain event or a special release. And I'm telling you right now, it is absolutely unbelievable. And you have to go and see it for yourself.
So which brewery was that one at?
Treehouse.
Yeah. Now, we kicked things off the night before at Trillium, which is, also incredibly well-known, well-respected brewery. We went to their original location in South Boston, the 4 Point area. And it's Friday afternoon, 3 o'clock, driving around the corner, and we start seeing large, hairy men walking down the street with cases of beer. Not like a 4-pack, like, cases of beer. And, then you come into this it's not even a tap room because you can't actually buy draft on site there.
Oh.
It's just like a counter, really. And standing out, if there's somebody at the door who's only letting in like 4 to 6 people at a time, so they're counting you in.
Oh my goodness.
And then you kind of wiggle your way into the room, and it's, okay, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Like you're...
Kind of like the soup kitchen, the soup Nazi.
Literally like the soup kitchen.
It is.
No soup for you. If you're out of line, you weren't getting any beer, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a brief moment of fear. The guy that was standing next to Dave gets up to the counter and he's like, "Can I see the bottle?" And guy behind the counter looks at him and is like, "You want to see it?" He kind of holds it up and
you're almost looking around for Elaine and Jerry Seinfeld is like, am I in an episode? Like, really?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he holds it up, and I think Dave leans over and was like, "You better buy it."
I did. I flat out told him, "You better buy that, man."
So pretty much everybody there that was in the lineup knew what they were there for and what they were going to get. There was like no questions. Give me that, out the door.
Yeah, it was intense.
So what did you get?
Honestly, I still don't entirely know.
It's hazy.
No.
Yeah, so Trillium, I think we got their Congress Street IPA, if I remember right. It was a quick.
Pointed at a can.
Yeah, it was a quick in and out. There was a lot of fear, like
really that bad.
It was so we got that, and then Treehouse the next day. You drive for an hour and a half out of Boston. beautiful location. It's in the middle of the state.
Oh, I know. I saw the photo. It's beautiful.
Gorgeous. And you stand in line for, in this day, an hour and a half. The folks in front of us were from Philadelphia.
Yeah, I think it was
Wow.
Had driven up from Philly that morning, and it was 22 degrees. It was
freezing cold.
I know.
Unbelievably
He's like,
cold.
not even, a semi-smile. I would
don't
say.
even own clothes for that.
Oh my goodness! So what did you have to stop somewhere and outfit yourself so that you didn't freeze?
I just put on many
layers.
Layers is the answer.
Yeah.
Three or four pairs of shorts. Do you even own any pants?
I do. Jeans. I have a single pair of jeans.
Yeah, I think you borrowed a coat from your dad.
I did.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
So you had to stand out there in that cold weather. I mean, compared to here, of course, it was. You're used to that though, because that's your.
The blood thins quickly.
Yes.
Like it was cold, and I needed more socks. You'd be the first to admit that. Yeah.
And all these people are lined up at these breweries for their beer.
It is absolutely amazing.
No special releases.
Nope.
No one-ofs.
Nope.
No limited. It's just because the beer is that good.
And
they come from miles around.
It is really good beer. I think above and beyond that. I mean, it's a very new trend, and they do a very good job with the trend. But above and beyond that, they were ranked as number 10.
Yeah, they were in the top 10
this past year. So I mean that alone is huge.
Mm-hmm.
And then also just the place that they built. I mean, it is just amazing.
Yeah, the pictures. I bet you don't do it justice.
No, they don't.
They don't. It's the setting that they picked for, at least for Treehouse's new facility. And keep in mind they've been around since I think the early to mid 2000s.
It was 2011.
2011. Okay, and they were working out of a small barn, tiny little barn. So small, in fact, that when you come into their new tasting room, they've recreated the framework of the barn and laser etched in the concrete where the original bar was and where the original tanks were, and you're standing in this little space and you're like, wow, this is really tiny compared to this behemoth that they're operating in now.
So now keep in mind the fact that as we're in there looking at all that, we actually have a case of beer in our hand. We're trying to hold a pint, and everyone else is too, and everyone's shuffling around in there.
Because you're afraid to put it down.
Oh yeah, no.
Because somebody else will come and get it.
It is gold.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So obviously you guys have tasted it since you is it good?
It's easy.
Fantastic.
Was it worth it? Was it worth waiting in line in freezing temperatures?
For a beer geek, the experience itself is just worth it. I mean, it's just neat. It's fun.
All because
it's just amazing.
All because you got kicked out of the house.
Pretty much, yeah.
And
thanks, Janet.
What was the beer that you paid $110 for?
So that was the case of Treehouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
But as Dave mentioned, after you stood in line for an hour and a half, and we were probably within, 75 feet of the front door, and one of the Treehouse employees comes out. She comes out and she's got a clipboard, and Dave's like, "Oh, this cannot be good." And
right.
She immediately starts, yelling out to everybody, "Okay, we're out of this. We're out of this.
Oh
we're out
my
of this."
gosh.
And so, we're like, "Okay, this will be a fun experience." So we get to the door, they close it in front of our face, but you go inside, and you don't know what's available at that point
Until
And they've got this conveyor set up on the right-hand side, and you just walk up, and they say, what do you want? And so they have these pre-made cases, mixed packs, kind of, and
suggestions.
Yes.
Suggestions.
And so at this point you're frozen, and you've been standing in line for an hour and a half, so you just kind of go,
I'll take that. That's what I'm taking, and I'm leaving.
That's pretty much what everyone does. And so then, as Dave mentioned, everybody's walking around with a case in hand.
And trying to drink,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So of course that's not going to be available for your customers to drink, because this is all for personal consumption.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, all the beer that we make it's just that if we have excess beer.
Okay, the stuff that
sell
you
it.
the stuff that you bought though, not everybody's gonna.
We couldn't get enough. So.
No.
Yeah.
Not at $110 a case. Heck no.
No.
Which we didn't actually know the price of the beer
You
until
think
we
they
were
would-
asked for the credit card.
You think they would tell you that before you get in?
No.
You know why? Because they probably figure if you've been waiting here for 3 hours, you're going to pay the $110.
It is valuable.
Yeah.
No turning back.
No turning back. But you do have some interesting beers coming out, though, for 2018 that everybody, of course, is welcome to come and try out. So maybe you can tell them a little bit about what's
Sure.
coming up in 2018 on the big brew calendar.
Get our map here.
You got your map?
So for our Gasparilla beer, we have the Giuseppe Raging IPA. It's a rum-soaked, oak-aged IPA.
Ooh, say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, it is awesome. Really, really great beer. I believe this year is the 3rd year actually doing it. So, then on the heels of that, actually right around the same time, we're going to put out our Quat, which is our kumquat ale. That's a terrible word to get cut up on the cum word. And then right after that, we'll have the first of the hops silo beers.
Ooh.
This one is a collab beer with Cigar City Brewing.
Okay.
And it's a noble hop, super noble hopped imperial Pilsner. Then we're coming out with the Florida Tart, which is a fruited
I know some
sour.
of those.
Oh yeah. Then Lindsay's Mango Habanero. Then the Last Days of Summer, another fruited sour, and then Hop Silo number 2, which is going to be a Flippa.
Ooh.
Yes, Florida IPA. So it'll be a sour fruited IPA. Then we have our Gourds Gone Wild Pumpkin Ale, Oktoberfest Imperial Gourds Gone Wild, our Gingy, which is actually famed after Johnson over there,
Ah.
which is a Imperial Ginger Porter. BRD, which is a beer ready to drink. I think I have a can over there if you want to show it. It's pretty badass. That'll be released for Veterans Day. We do it every year. Hops Silo number 3, which is a hazy IPA.
Very hazy. Very hazy. Yes.
Line up now, everybody.
Yep. Line up now.
And then we have the Pecker Pecan Porter.
Ooh, Pecker Pecan Porter.
Yeah, the name says itself.
Yep.
And then we got Dixie Dirt, which is a barrel-aged imperial stout.
I tried a sip of the Dixie Dirt. I mean, for me, I'm not
chewy.
very sweet. Yes,
It's good.
exactly. Yeah, I was trying to think
Yes.
of the word. It's very
Boozy and chewy.
boozy and chewy.
Yes.
Weighing in at 12%.
12. Wow. A lot of
Yeah.
molasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
it's
yeah,
intense.
fair enough.
So you guys are gonna actually, there's all kinds of brews for different people because everybody has a different taste in beer.
Yep.
Something for them for like the whole year long. Now, some of them are going to be available all year long, and some of them, of course, are going to be limited to the release, right?
Just 2 are going to be around all year. Old Elephant Foot and Reef Donkey. So the rest of
Which
the
is our
beers
year-
will be
yeah.
in and out, which are our cores.
And of course, you guys are going to have you're going to announce that and have special occasion for when it comes a release date. And,
Absolutely. And, another thing to keep in mind, too, with us, and I think some people know this and others don't, is that, the beers that are on that list are beers that are going into distribution.
Ooh.
You'll be able to pick them up at, a local bottle shop or a grocery store or the like.
nice.
But every week, every Thursday, both here at West Chase and down at Ybor City, we release new short-run experimental brews. And a lot of those are, just a 1-barrel brew, so 2 half kegs. Some of them are even smaller. We'll take a beer like the Point that you're drinking now, and
I
we
like
can
this one.
customize it, add a treatment to it, age it on something. And so every week there's usually 4 to 8 new beers that go on tap, and it's different between here and Ybor City. So if you hop online, you can see those. Usually Thursday midday we release those online, and then go into the tap rooms, and those are usually
I
available.
like
till
what you
Monday or
did there.
Tuesday.
Hop online.
Hop on. Stuff like that.
So they can follow you on Facebook because you're going to put that on there too.
Yeah, of course.
If they follow For the Love of Libations, we always share what you guys are doing so that people who love libations can fall in love with the beer here at the Tampa Bay Brewing Company.
Absolutely.
So I thank you so much for being here with us for this short little interview, and we talked about your trip. So cheers.
Cheers.
And make sure that you guys libation in moderation so you arrive safe at your destination. Cheers.
Cheers.